Y'all, listen. We be having some good ones on the commercial breaks. You gotta understand. We be having a ball. Okay, so next topic. Will and Jada mad about the Chris Rock special. They whole camps is mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you gotta understand at that level, it's your camp. It's not you anymore. It's 15, 20 people. And they all decide about, you know what I mean, what goes on and what doesn't go on. But, okay, so, as far as how that goes, the special was funny. It was like Chris Rock, like typical Chris Rock, though. I mean, if you ever watch Chris Rock, you'll know how he acted.
What was it called? Selective outrage.
Yeah, selective aggression.
No, it's outrage.
Yeah, selective outrage. That's what he was talking
about.
That's
what he said Will had, that he had selective outrage.
Yeah, like.
Because he would go off on Chris, but he won't go off on Jada.
Yeah, like.
And that's really where his anger is.
It was like, this dude said, he said, man, you picking on somebody you know you can beat.
Yeah.
He said you didn't do shit to 50.
Right.
Come on, man, that's funny.
Right.
Come on, man, that's funny, man. Like, dude, it's funny. Like, you gotta understand, like, it was like watching Bill Cosby in his prime. Cause, like, it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was funny, dude.
And also, so, it's funny how if it's the people, it's funny that people are okay with talking bad about themselves, but when other people talk bad about them or air their dirty laundry, then people don't like that. Yeah. So like, so like when he was saying like, I didn't have no entanglement, he said, when have you ever? Why would people of that stature go on? Now I know that the Red Talk Table thing, or Red Table Talk, whatever, isn't actually on TV, but it's like something everybody can watch. So why would you go on there with the person that cheated on you, and then they interviewed you about them, how you felt about them cheating on you? Yeah. Who weird. Does that?
It was weird.
But you know, there's a whole backstory, and if anybody is a therapist, that's like a minefield for, is that the right word? Yeah, like a gold mine in that household, because Jada has issues, Will has issues from his upbringing, but also his issues on how Jada has controlled him. But the reason why I believe he allowed Jada to control him the way that she has is because he loves her so much. So some people are willing to degrade themselves because of the love they have for someone else, and you should never do that. But I feel like that, because he's such a talented person on his own, separate from Jada. He was talented before her. She didn't even want him. That's the crazy thing. She didn't even want him. If y'all haven't read his book, you're missing out. If you like Will, and if you are interested in what his life was like as he was growing up. Like,
he went through it. Yeah.
And then also, like, most men find value or worth in themselves by how women, or how they treat women, and then how women treat them. So Will never really had to deal with women not treating him right, because he was always good looking, he was always like popular. So for someone to not want him,
yeah, kind of messed him up.
And then for his wife to tell on TV that he does not satisfy her
sexually.
What does that do to a man? I would have to have crushed him.
Yeah.
And then,
man, next week we're gonna be talking about the goddamn Tyrese thing.
Oh God,
man, y'all man, listen. Okay, listen. I'm gonna say this.
Linda, listen. Linda.
I'm gonna say this as a man to all men. Don't do it, man. Like, for real. Like, listen. And you can ask my wife. If I don't want to do something, I don't do it. It doesn't matter how good it'll make you feel or anything like that. If I don't want to, I'm not about to sit there and be miserable. Mm-mm. Like, just to make you happy. So, and that goes back to the thing where it said, and that's why, man, Nick, my guy, he was my guy. I wanted to meet him so bad. Like, he said, would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at war with the world and at peace with yourself? Me, I'm gonna be at peace with myself
Mm-hmm.
first. Like, cause I care about me. That's what it is. Like, I can't help it. I'm gonna make sure I'm happy before anything else.
True.
Because I went to the hospital here, not recently, but late, like maybe two months, maybe 2 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 2 or 3 months ago for stress. Fucking stress, dude. Like, I went to the hospital for stress. Like, man, no, we're not doing that no more. I'm not worried about nothing no more. Like, I'm not stressing out. I'm not going to the hospital for stress. None of that no more. So, it's like, how can I say that? It's like, she'll say something like, this is my opinion. I feel like she'll say something like, hey, you want to go, just an example, like, hey, you want to go to the store for me? And he'll be like, well, babe, I don't really feel like going to the store and all that. Oh, well, then you ain't really worth it then. If you can't go to the store for me, then what's the point of us being together? You know what I'm saying? Like, using shit like that, like, in that sense to, then he'd be like, oh, well, damn, I want to be with her, so I might as well get my ass up and go to the store. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that makes no sense to me, man. Like, it's reckless.
But and that represents her narcissistic behavior because she manipulates him. And also with alluding into the Tyrese one, is that if a man ever feels like it is okay for their woman to disrespect them. There have been times that I have disrespected Henry, and he has let me know immediately that I disrespected him. Not in a disrespectful way, especially when we're in public. Like, he will pull me to the side or talk to me when it's just the two of us together and let me know that my behavior was disrespectful or the way I spoke to him. And I appreciate that, and I do the same. Like, if I felt disrespected, and I feel like it's important in relationship, any kind of relationship, not just a marriage, but any kind of relationship. If somebody's disrespecting you, you need to say something. Especially, and I'm not saying especially like only that men should do that, but I feel like, and maybe this is just my way of thinking, but to me, I've always held men, or I've always put men, I've tried to put Henry at a higher level because I feel like he should have that higher value in my opinion, because he's my king. He's the head of our household, the head of our marriage, the person I look up to. And that should be something that there should be that level of value in a relationship, regardless of the relationship. Like, you should value that person, and if you feel comfortable disrespecting them publicly and completely disregarding their feelings or anything, like, and I know we kind of shifted, but it's the same thing with little Jada, like, and I feel like, so we think back to the slap that we heard, that was heard around the world, which is still the funniest thing. This whole thing is still, it's so comical to me that something like that happened, and it everyone knows about it. Like, literally everyone knows about it, and nobody's actually talked about the fact that Jada and Will's relationship is very poor. And it's sad that they raise kids. So if Jada treats Will that way, how do you think that family dynamic is? I'm just saying. Now, I don't know, and I'm not part of their family.
Matriarch.
Yeah, that's sad, and to have, and it's also like going back to what you were talking about and the black culture or the black community. Why is that okay? Why is it okay for a black family like that to represent themselves like that? Because they have money? It's okay because they have money? I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
That's just like y'all wear them crazy ass outfits. Where my camera at? My camera right there. That's like y'all wear them crazy ass outfits, and then a mother be like, well, that's crazy. And you be like, well, it's Balenciaga.
No.
Don't nobody care? I don't care. It looks stupid. The shit looks stupid. Like, it just does. Like, anyway, that's a whole different rant. Get on that rant when I want to.
Okay.
And finally, well, the last topic on this episode.
Make sure y'all have your notebooks out now. This is going to be note-taking time. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, nah, for real. It's going to be note-taking time.
There will be a test.
All right, so, driving etiquette. Let's talk about it.
Use your turn signal. All cars come with them.
Oh, you know what? Nah, because you know what? I understand this now. You may run out of turn signal fluid. I get it.
Did y'all know that? You gotta make sure that you get your turn signal. If anybody needs that service done, you can stop by. $100. I got you covered.
Got you. And it'll take me less than 45 seconds.
Just like it
That's all we need. That's all we need is 45 seconds we have you together with your turn signal fluid.
All right, now for real. So
check this out, right? Emergency vehicles, man. Let's talk about it. 3 roads, 3 lanes. Left lane, middle lane, right lane. You have to pull over. 4 lanes or more. You ain't got to pull over, man. It trips me out when I'm riding up goddamn Dorothy. 5 lanes. Mm-hmm. An ambulance come down on the left side. Everybody on the right side pull over. Like, why? Why are you pulling over? There's no, it's like if it was a median there. Like if it was a median going down straight in the middle of the road. Median, my fault, over here. Forgot where the camera at. Straight down the middle of the road. What is the ambulance gonna do? Jump the median and come over in y'all lane?
That's what people don't understand. The center lane, the turning lane is the same as the median. That's what he's trying to say.
Same exact thing.
And if you look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Look it up if you don't believe us, look it up. And if you took driving school or driving class, or you actually have a driver's license, you should know that. And it's legit because Henry just had to he just updated his driving education.
And dude, man, listen. We was driving. You remember, dude?
Oh yeah.
So look, we driving. I'm like the ambulance coming down the left side of the street. Everybody over here stopping, so I weave in and out of traffic. I'm weaving in and out. I get to this corner about to turn, go get us some gas, whatever. This dude pulls up next to me. He says, so I roll my window down. He said, hey, you know you're supposed to pull over when emergency vehicles are there. I said, yes, if it's 3 or less lanes. Oh, no, you got to pull over anyway. Anytime it's an emergency vehicle. I'm a first responder. When you don't know your fucking job, bro. Like, you don't know your job. Like, you don't have to pull over if it's 3 lanes or 4 lanes or more. If it's 4 lanes, 2 left, 2 right, you don't got to pull over. You don't have to. It's in the fucking laws. You can check this shit out yourself. Mm-hmm. Me and this dude flipped out on me. I was like, well, what are you going to do? I said, motherfucker.
Y'all don't know. You better.
I'm like,
that's when he's about to F around and find out.
I'm like, motherfucker, we can pull over right here and we can discuss this, but you don't want to start cussing me out because you thought I was in the wrong. And I told wifey, this is going to be the kicker. When he get home, be like, hey, babe, this fucking nigger wouldn't just pull the fuck over, and I had to tell him that, motherfucker, you got to pull over the emergency vehicle. And then she looked at him and was like, babe.
He was right.
He was right. How do you think that conversation went? How do you think that conversation went? Like real shit. Okay, a couple other things. James H. McGee, when you're getting off 35, don't stop. That left, that right turn, just go ahead. Because it's your own lane. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
There's a couple of streets like that. Like the one by Kettering Hospital.
Yeah.
When you turn in.
Off of Stroop. Onto Sutherland.
Yeah, when you talk on the Southern. Yeah. It's like it comes and it's a lane right here and then it's a turning lane. But both of them are separate lanes. But people still yield in that right lane. Like, you got your own lane. Why are you yielding? Like, you know what I mean? So that's road rules, man. Yeah, man. This has been a great talk. Y'all have fun? We have fun.
Okay, test time. So how many lanes? I'm just kidding.
Nah, if you Ja Morant, don't carry a gun around. Get your security to carry your gun. If you Will and Jada, don't put your business in the streets and won't nobody talk about it. How about that? What's the other one? Networking up. You got to network up. Yep. And road rule. Driving etiquette. I was about to say some bull stuff. I don't want to get sued.
Road rules. I thought he was talking about the TV show.
Yeah, I don't want to get sued.
If you're old enough to remember road rules.
Yeah. So man, until next time, man. We'll see y'all, man. Y'all be great out there. Do something epic, and man, we off pause over here. Huh? Yeah.